Welcome to another vlog, and today we are talking about the EV stock that you never heard of. Well, it's tapping into the market because it's also tapping into the market of the infrastructure discussion in the US, which is a huge one, right? Biden's bill, two big changes in the US infrastructure is something very, very big. But let's start with a little story, guys, okay? When there was the revolution of the car, actually people thought, well, you know, horses are still better, okay? Here's a picture of the 19th century on the 5th Avenue where you see basically only horses and just one car. Now, 13 years later, the same street, only cars and just one horse. Well, you know, what I wanted to say with that, you know, changes to technology are coming faster than we ever have think of, okay? So that's why you see this huge change into EV market, okay? Companies like Tesla, NIO, or other companies are actually looking for the next big thing. And for example, a big battery manufacturer is Toshiba. Toshiba put a mineral into their batteries and tested it in 2017, which is called niobium. And this is exactly the mineral that we will talk about today, because niobium actually, it seems, works quite well in this kind of batteries, okay? Why? Because they found out with this mineral included and a little bit, you know, tempered with, you can, and now hold your horses, because you can charge a battery more than 312 kilometers, so more than 400 miles in 6 minutes. That's 3 times what you can do with lithium batteries, okay? But not only that, niobium is also needed to emphasize, you know, stronger steel, or to save steel in the steel production. And now guess where we will really need steel? In the US infrastructure reform, okay? So it's basically the two biggest discussed topic, EV, you know, with Tesla, NIO, and you know, all the changes that are coming to our infrastructure, and then the infrastructure itself. And with both, niobium is really playing a huge role, okay? Why I'm saying this? Because this introduction is needed to be talking about our stock, okay? And by the way, all of this information about the stock you will find into the link, the first link into the description, as well as in the comments. I will just pin the link to the article that you can read, and we will also dive into it. So make sure to check them out if you want to really get all the news in written form and the summary and everything. And the stock that we are talking about today is niobium-metals, okay? And the problem with niobium mineral is that it's basically mostly mined in 2 areas. The one is Canada and the other is Brazil, okay? And niobium-metals want to change it. And let's dive in why niobium-metals is so exciting by opening the article that you can find in the link below. So we talked about the first thing that is, you know, very obvious with the EV market, okay? Then we talked about already with the steel opportunity that niobium is very, very attracted in. Then, you know, the very obvious for niobium-metals is that there is not many public companies that focus solely and mainly on niobium. So if you want to get into this opportunity, then you cannot come around the stock of niobium-metals, okay? Moreover, they showed with their current mine that they are working on that this could be the most lucrative place globally to mine niobium, okay? So I think that, you know, and there's a couple of more things that you can get into, but I want to go into the chart of niobium-metals right now with you before we going into the conclusion of this video. Alright, let's dive into niobium-metals. This is the stock that we are talking about today, and as you can see, it's a penny stock. Yeah, this means that there is definitely a lot of volatility into this stock. And as always, guys, this is never a recommendation to buy or sell a stock, because this is not financial advice. You should make your own research. And let's dive in. So the company is obviously super small in comparison to what we are talking about usually. 61 million Canadian dollars, it's the worth currently of this company, and the trading range of the last 52 weeks, so the last year, could go from 0.2 Canadian dollars to 1.20. So you can see huge opportunities here, but also, you know, the opportunity that it can be quite volatile over a short period of time. But if we are looking into the chart of 1 year, then you see that here's some anticipation definitely building up in the stock. Okay, so we started somewhere at around 0.25 Canadian dollars, and slowly but surely, and there was never like a big dive. Okay, so as you can see, the overall market went down from about mid of Feb, which also this stock did. Okay, so there was never a huge, you know, dip, except, you know, maybe in September the stock went from 80 cents to 57 cents, okay, but not like a crazy 50%, 60%, 70%, 80% drop from highs. Okay, so it's a quite steady but surely going up of the value of the stock, which is quite interesting as well. So, and then you can see, you know, sometimes you can have those days where you just gained, you know, about 10% in a day. Those days are obviously very, very interesting. Also the volume, you know, once the volume picked up here you can see, you know, we traded almost the triple of the regular, or more than the triple of the regular average volume here yesterday. So it's quite interesting what can happen to those kind of stocks, but again, make your own research. If you like the area where the company is in, if you like the management team, if you like their product, if you like their concept, go and check out the link into this description with you know, much information. And let's dive into the conclusion of today's video. You know, when I'm talking about companies that are dependent on a quite certain mineral or metal or whatever resource, I always like to go a little bit deeper into research and look into the price of the mineral, okay? Because I'm looking for patterns. If the price is declining, then obviously this is not a good sign that the company is, you know, mainly focused on that, okay? But if you see, you know, an increase or a stability into a price in a multi-year scenario, then this is what is very positive for a stock. And let's dive in to the niobium price over the last couple of years. Okay, so here you can see that the price over the last 3 years is quite stable. Okay, we were starting somewhere at 36 per kilogram US dollars, and then we went higher to about 46 dollars, then we went down to 36, then we went up a little bit to 41 dollars. So but in overall we are a little bit more than we started in, and beside this little bit of volatility, you can see that the price is more stable. Now comes the big question, how it performs over a longer period, like for example 2012. And here you can see the same. So it started somewhere around 41, went down to 32, then went back up to 46, and so on and so forth. So the price, it's pretty much stable, which is something that you would like to see for a mineral that a company is dependent on quite strongly. Okay, so I believe that if you are looking into these two areas they are strongly discussed currently into politics, into economy, you know, the EV market, but as well as the battery production, as well as the infrastructure itself in the US and the steel production, I think this is something that you should look into. Check out the link below and let me know in the comments what you think about this opportunity.